Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talk. Hope everybody's having a great day. What an exciting week it's been. And I'm telling you, I was practically skipping yesterday. I had a couple people tell me, damn, T, you happy? What's going on, dude? Well, those of you guys that follow the channel, you know exactly what was going on. Gold and silver was going a whole lot higher. It's pretty exciting. It's super exciting. We're going to talk a little bit about why I believe that the prices are really about to even continue to surge a little higher. Well, I shouldn't even say a little higher, surge higher. And the price gains that we could see are going to escalate, and they're going to happen a whole lot faster. I got some great numbers to share with you guys. I think you guys are going to be super excited about what's going on. And with that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. And if you're not subscribed, do the ultimate thing and hit that subscribe button. I can't thank y'all enough. So with that being said, let's jump right in first, and let's just take a look at the silver price. What? 54.27 as of right now, pushing even higher in overnight trading. Hopefully this is going to continue on. I know a lot of people hoping to see some sort of a major pullback, even a minor pullback. Me personally, I'm looking for opportunities. I told you guys in yesterday's video how I'm still picking up silver for spot, in some cases under spot, and a lot of opportunity there. I picked up a little bit of junk silver yesterday. Hope to pick some more up over the weekend. When I say junk silver, I mean constitutional, maybe even some sterling silver jewelry if I get lucky enough and find the right deal on it. But there's a lot of opportunity out there. How many people are jumping on the opportunity? I mean, I know big money's moving in, and I think it's going to continue to move in, and I think we're going to continue to see prices go higher. I was actually answering someone in a text yesterday. Someone texted me and asked me if I could believe, what the heck, dude? It seemed like just a week ago we hit $50. And you wouldn't be wrong. Just about a week ago we did hit $50. Take a look at a 5-day trading on this. So 5 days ago, not even 5 days ago, on the 14th, so only 2 days ago, we actually seen silver dip all the way down to $50.50. And really what they were trying to do is beat it down, and it just didn't do the trick. And it not only pushed back up to where it was, but it pushed even higher. And I think this is going to continue. And what a lot of people aren't thinking about is how quick it's moving higher. Had someone leave me a comment yesterday, you know, it seemed like it took forever to go from 20 to 30. But it didn't take that long to go to 30 to 40. And here's what I want you to think about on the math. As silver and gold continue to go up, the dollar amounts that we're seeing are going to escalate. And the reason I say that is if you think about 20, we'll say $20 going to $30, that's a 50% jump. Well, a 50% jump is I won't say it's difficult, but it takes time. But now, looking at it at $50 to $60, that's only a 20% jump, which means, 20% jump. We could see a 20% jump fairly quickly, especially when you're seeing 3 or 4% a day in some cases. And when we start running, that will be it. Now, when silver gets all the way up to $100, I want you to think about 100 to 110. I mean, you're only talking a 10% climb. That can happen in as little as 2 or 3 days in some cases. We see big moves. And as we see this happen, you have to realize that the prices in dollar terms are going to go parabolic. And a lot of people are right now feeling like they missed the boat. A lot of people cashed out. There's a couple good things with the people that cashed out. Well, for the people that didn't cash out, I should say, be thankful for the people that did cash out. And here's why. Because the weak hands, the people that really don't understand why they're buying silver and gold, they're buying it, they think they're buying it to make a few paper dollars. And yes, they did just that. Maybe they bought it at 29, they cashed out at 39. Maybe they bought it at, maybe they really did good. Maybe they bought in at 20 and cashed out at 50. And they're looking at that as a huge gain. What, 150% gain? Okay, hey, that's great. I mean, who wouldn't take that? The thing is, they're not realizing what is actually happening. The prices of everything we buy are really starting to go up. People are starting to feel the pain. And some people are selling their precious metals because of that pain. They don't know what else to do. Now, yes, gold and silver, in my opinion, is real money. It always has been. It always will be. However, you have to understand, the people that are selling it, I'm not convinced a lot of them really understand that. That's why they're selling. Yes, there are some people out there that are selling because they're having a hard time or whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of people out there that are selling because, hey, that's it. And there's people that are buying, just to turn it over and make a quick buck. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's, if that's your business, that's your business. However, some of us are in it for the long term. We understand that gold and silver is going up because the dollar is going down. And here's the thing. That's something even, I got to say, a lot of Americans don't really understand. More foreigners understand that. And that's why you're seeing a lot of gold and silver leaving the country again. Even some gold is leaving the country because right now other countries are buying up heavily silver, specifically London, but a lot of countries are buying up silver. They understand that the whole game is manipulated. The reset is coming. It's just a matter of time. And I think gold is going to be significantly higher. I think that silver is going to be significantly higher. I think we could see a major correction in the stock market, a major correction in real estate, a major correction in cryptocurrencies. And when that stuff happens, that's it. A lot of people will have just missed the opportunity because there's people out there right now that are looking at Bitcoin and that huge drop that it just saw. What's it down? Something like 17,000 right now. It was up to 125,000 just like a week and a half ago. Now we're down to 108,000. Eventually, when this goes kaput, people will maybe they'll pull their money out. Maybe they'll just keep their money in. Maybe they won't want to put any more money in. But what they won't be able to do is buy cheap silver and cheap gold. The opportunity, the window is closing. And when I hear someone tell me, when I tell them we are on the same path as Venezuela or Weimar Germany or Zimbabwe, oh, you've been saying that for years, though. Here's the thing. It's happening. It's happening right before your eyes. In all those countries that I just mentioned, it didn't happen overnight. It has to happen slow. Because if it happens too fast, people will revolt. They'll rebel. They'll realize what's going on. It's like that old saying, you need to slowly boil the frog. That way you don't realize it. Don't hop out. A frog could probably hop out of a frying pan pretty quick. Or a boiling pot of water would just jump out. But not if it doesn't realize what's happening. And that's exactly what's happening right now. A lot of people don't realize. I hear it time and time again. Dude, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. The dollar's not going down. Take a look at the DXY chart. What are you talking about? And when you pull it up, yeah, it looks great. 98.2. I mean, it's not as high as it was, but 98.2 sounds like it's holding its ground. But here's the thing. All of them are crashing. All the fiat currencies. That's why gold and silver is going up higher in every country, essentially around the world. People are just missing out. And how many people have the money to go out and buy, large amounts of silver, large amounts of gold? Not that many. So, what's going on? Well, a lot of it is filtering into the rich elite hands. With silver now over $54, $54.34 at the time of me filming this video at midnight last night. People can't afford that. And the people that can look at that and they're like, what in the world? They don't understand. And here's the thing. Even junk silver is going up in price. A lot of people are going to miss this boat too. I did a video specifically about this yesterday. I said people don't see it. It's hard for people to justify something that looks like this, a silver Washington quarter, being worth what it's worth now. And some people just are missing out, and some people don't realize what they're worth. You know, you guys that have been following the channel, these are fundamentals. These are things you all understand. And if you can pick some up this weekend, we're going into the weekend. There's a lot of opportunities. I'm hoping everybody is going to put a short comment on this video over between now and over the weekend about something that they picked up. And if you tell me, hey, I picked up a roll of dimes, silver dimes. I picked up a roll of silver quarters at this price. I want to hear the prices you're picking up stuff for. I personally picked up some silver quarters yesterday for literally $7 a piece. I picked up some silver dimes from 2 different people for $3 a piece. People don't like this stuff for some reason. This is opportunity for you. Same with junk silver jewelry. Had someone tell me yesterday, he said, you know, think about it. Jewelry, people are getting priced out on jewelry. How many people can afford a gold ring now? A real gold ring. Not some synthetic stone, not some 10 karat plated, you know, because that's what's coming out. A lot of plated stuff, but there's a lot of real jewelry out there that's still there for the picking. You know, stack what you can. Now, I understand, even the stackers that are following this video, we don't always have money. I'll be honest, I don't think I have a few $100 to spend right now. But I'm going to try to put whatever I can together. I may even go through, I've got a jar of change sitting there on the counter that, you know, it ain't a lot. It might be a few $100. But what's it doing? What is that jar of not silver quarters, not copper pennies? What is that jar of everyday junk change doing on my counter? I'll tell you what it's not doing. It's not growing. It's losing value. It's losing purchasing power. I know some people that are sitting on literally a 5-gallon jug of quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies. Nothing special about them. They just, I don't feel like rolling them. And I don't want to take them to Coinstar because they charge 10%. Take the time. Roll it. That money's sitting there. Can you imagine if you had a jar sitting on your counter with $1,000 in change? Nothing special. You go through it. Maybe when you're going through it, you might find a W quarter. You can trade that out pretty easy for a silver quarter. Easy. You might find a silver quarter even in there. That would be nice. You'll probably find a fair amount of copper pennies. You throw that in a little cup and you put it away. If it's a W quarter, maybe you trade it off to someone. I'm actually thinking about trying to work a trade with someone, a quarter for a quarter. W quarters for silver quarters. Why? Because they're not a big deal to me. Silver is going up higher and higher and higher. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with my W quarters. I was just kind of thinking about them the other day. But here's the thing. You roll that change up, you put it away, and then what? You take that money, and I say put it away. You put away whatever you keep, like, you know, maybe that one silver dime, the copper pennies. But then you cash in the rolled change that was nothing special. Turn around, pick up some junk silver. Watch the price of that stuff go up. If you don't like junk silver, maybe pick up a Morgan, maybe pick up a piece dollar or a couple of those, maybe a couple of ounces. Pick up stuff where you can get it. Opportunity is there. It's for you. You just need to reach out, grab it, and hang on to it. I really believe that we are going to see silver hit. This is it. Triple-digit numbers. Now, am I saying we're going to go to $800? No, that's not what I'm saying. Triple-digit number. If we see $100, who here is not going to be happy to see $100 silver? Any of you guys that have been stacking for a long time and you've been putting it away and maybe you've been cashing in a little bit each week just to help make ends meet, you got to realize I'm cashing in less silver every week now than I was the week before for the same amount of money. This is opportunity. It's only going to go up. Now, hold on now. I got to say this because someone has commented before. How can you say it's only going to go up? Because I'm talking average. I'm talking an average. I'm not talking that you won't see a pullback. I mean, look what we seen 2 days ago. We seen, what, a $3 pullback? They couldn't hold it back. They're losing control of the manipulation. We've talked about the manipulation that's happening time and time again. We talked about when you force something down to a super cheap price, people are going to buy it up. When they buy it up, that's it. All of a sudden, they can't keep it down anymore, and the price explodes higher. That's where we're at right now. There's opportunity. We're seeing the gold to silver ratio compress. What did we see it up to? We saw it as high as 125 to 1. Some of you traded 1 ounce of gold for 100 ounces of silver. Now we're at 1 ounce of gold to 80 ounces of silver. This number is compressing. It's not going to be long before we go down to 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Now 30, who knows? It might hit some resistance in 30 for sure. But historically, it comes under the ground 8 to 1. Historically, we've seen in the past 15 to 1. What are we looking at right now? Just under 80 to 1. Look at where it's at. It's all the way up here where my little line is. Look how much is over this number, and look how much is beneath it. We could see it come crashing all the way down 15 to 1. I don't know, 10 to 1, something like that. Whatever that is right there. Maybe it's 15 to 1. It's hard to get these actual little exact spots. I mean, but even if we go down to 40 to 1, like we did in 2011, who's going to turn down 40 to 1? That means if you're trading in your gold now for silver at 80 to 1, later on, you could be able to possibly flip that same 80 ounces of silver back over to gold and have 2 ounces of gold instead of 1. A little extra trading there. Some people are doing it. I actually met up with someone yesterday asking if I would check out a 1 ounce gold coin, a 1 ounce pimp Swiss bar, and just take a look at some generic stuff just to, make everybody feel comfortable. I said, heck yeah, I actually did a short video on it. It was pretty cool to see it too. A lot of cool stuff there. Who got the better end of the deal? Well, that's an opinion thing. Some people think gold is going to go a whole lot higher. They think gold is going to be revalued to $20,000 or $30,000, and maybe it will. But you cannot possibly think that gold is going to go to 30 or 20,000, 20,000, 30,000, and silver is just going to sit at $55. That doesn't even make sense. We'll see gold go up. We'll see copper go up. We'll see everything go up. When that stuff happens, they're opening the door to higher prices, higher taxes. The more expensive stuff is, the more taxes paid on some of these items. So it's in their best interest to let the prices just go higher. One thing that I had recently heard, I should have pulled it up. I meant to pull it up and talk a little bit about it, is the new guide, I guess you can say, the new recommendations of a 20-20-60 portfolio. Now they're suggesting people have 20% exposure to precious metals, whether that be gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper, something. It's a hard asset. They're starting to push that now. And yes, I'll be honest, that mostly pertains to gold and silver, but I'm not going to shut out the other precious metals. In my opinion, that 20% could be well allocated to those metals too. Here's the thing though. How many people have exposure 20% of their portfolio? I'll bet you the majority of the subscribers to this channel have 20% right now invested in precious metals. But how many people really in the everyday world are exposed at 20%? Not many. Now here's the thing. I heard about this about a week ago, that this had happened, that they had recommended this. And I didn't really think much of it until I was sitting there today listening to something and thinking about it. And I said, think about that for a minute. If everybody was to put 20% of their wealth into precious metals, where is precious metals going to go? Where is gold going to go? Where is silver going to go? Silver takes off like a rocket when gold goes up. It does fall hard when it comes down. Question is, do you think gold and silver are going to come down, or do you think they're going to continue to go higher? I personally believe they will go higher. That's just my personal opinion. Prices are escalating higher and higher and higher. And if you're out there and you're taking advantage of this opportunity, this buying opportunity, there's a lot of people out there, even coin shops. It's hard for them to pick up all the different stuff that's coming in. They are getting burdened down with 10-ounce bars of silver, with 1-ounce rounds, with junk silver, with all this stuff. They don't want to tell a person, no, I can't buy it. So they just tell them a little bit of a lower number. You know why? Because if they're not buying it, not many people are buying certain stuff right now. A lot of people can't afford it. A lot of people that can afford it don't really understand it. Big money is positioning themselves. And here's the thing. You don't have to be big money to position early. If you position yourself on the coattails of the rich, hey, that's great. You can make some money too. But if you want to believe in digital thin air assets, that's exactly what they want you to believe in. There's going to be a lot of people that are hurt from what's coming. I did a video the other day. A lot of people are just going to miss out on this opportunity because they don't really understand. They're afraid to take that plunge, as if a $530 10-ounce bar of silver is going to break them. I know one person, he has $100,000 in his bank account, just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. But he says, that's my safety net. I don't want to spend it. You're not spending it really if you're buying silver. I'm not saying go out and spend it all, but shoot, at least put a little exposure to it, even $5,000. No, I'm afraid it might go back down. I probably already missed the opportunity. People that think like that just really do miss out. If you think negative, you will get negative. I never used to believe that, but there's something about it. I don't know. Because I can tell you, I'm thinking positive. I'm thinking we're going to see higher numbers. And you know what? Every day we are seeing higher numbers. I wouldn't be surprised to see the week close out at $55 silver. I mean, think about that. If just 6 months ago you had said $55 silver, you would have been laughed at. How do I know that? Because I was laughed at here on the channel. What I want to do, and remember, oh, shoot. I was actually supposed to answer all the comments. Today's Friday. Shoot, I got my days mixed up. I'm talking about this. I usually do a comment video. Maybe I'll do another video on the weekend. I don't know. And just read comments. Depends how tomorrow goes. Maybe I'll read all the comments on the Friday video today as a Saturday video because I missed out. I know a lot of people would probably like to see a Saturday video. Some people would. Maybe some of y'all wouldn't because you have other stuff going on like family events. But maybe I'll do that. It's crazy how many people have been naysaying this all along, and now what are they doing? Now they're questioning themselves. Should I put a little bit of exposure into precious metals? Well, you could have put a whole little bit of, you could have put even littler amount in back when it was 20 or 30. Now at 55, it's going to cost you to buy that insurance policy. It's like buying insurance. When the hurricane is in the Gulf, you live on the Gulf Coast. When the hurricane was in the Gulf, you can't buy insurance. And if you can, you're going to pay dearly for it. That's exactly where we are right now. Exactly. How many people are going to miss the boat on this? A lot. A lot. I really urge you guys to put in the comments what you picked up over the weekend, if you picked something up over the weekend. Even if it's something as little, every little bit makes a difference. Hey, I picked up 4 silver quarters and 10 silver dimes. That's awesome. I don't care what it is. Hey, I picked up another ounce of silver today. It doesn't matter. Every little bit makes a difference when the price is climbing higher and higher and higher. $54.33. What's the futures price at right now? $52.42. Notice that gap is only 90 cents now. What do you think about that? A 90-cent gap. That's telling you they are catching up, and that paper price is not going to jerk physical price around anymore. That's it. People want physical. They've been trying to beat 53.44. Okay, I thought that jumped. My eyes are bad this late at night. They're realizing they can't beat the price down drastically. They tried the other day, and people weren't having it. It was still selling. It was still holding its ground. You know, the paper price or the futures price, what did it really go down to? Let's take a look here, what we've seen it go down to. Boom, 30 days. You know, we seen the paper price not even a week ago. Well, maybe a week ago now. Thursday, the 9th. No, I could say the 10th. It got down to $47. But it didn't matter. People didn't care. They wanted physical, and they're willing to pay whatever price to get it. Taking a quick look at the gold price, $4,369, escalating. If you guys saw that video, that short clip that I put up last night, someone ended up trading a bunch of silver just to get 1 ounce of gold. A lot of people like gold. Gold is going higher and higher and higher too. But silver seems to be going up even faster. We'll see which one does better down the road. Some people think gold has already gone up and silver is kind of playing catch up. Maybe. But maybe they're both going to keep going up. Taking a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin absolutely getting destroyed yesterday. Even on this chart, it shows it down to 108,200. But we actually seen it go down to 107 at one point. $107,000. Think about that. Down from 125,000, a 18,000. Well, we'll say 17 just to be safe. A $17,000 drop. Yes, it happened, over a course of a week and a half. But that just goes to show somebody's getting out. Someone is selling their digital gold asset, and they're buying physical gold. Taking a quick look at the assets based by market capitalization. Gold still sitting locked in at number 1 by a long shot, followed by Nvidia, followed by Microsoft, which went down some today, followed by Apple, which went down some today. Google holding its own right now, but really just $33 billion away from being taken away and seeing silver move into the 5th place spot. But here's what you got to look at. Silver, $3 trillion. Gold, $2.2 trillion. And I'm being generous with $2.2 trillion. Yeah, let's say 2.2. We're being generous. And losing ground. Is it gold, silver? Really, the price they're using, $53.48. However, we're a whole dollar higher. We should already have passed by now Google, but we haven't yet because they're using the lower of the two prices, which is crazy because I'm convinced that if the prices were reversed and they were paying more for spot and less for futures, then, well, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. If they were paying less for spot and more for futures, then they would be using the spot price. They don't want silver and gold to look like it's a great buy. They want you to stay in the system. They want you to be left holding the bag. Like I've said in multiple videos before, it's like the Amish. When the Amish people move a barn, they get everybody in the community. They throw a big picnic, lunch. People make stuff. People bring stuff. And everybody put the pegs in the barn, drill little holes. Everybody lifts up on the pegs. And boom, the whole barn comes up. What happens when people start stepping away from the pegs from the barn? Well, the barn gets heavier for the remaining people until eventually it collapses because there's too few people trying to lift up a barn. 4 people can't lift the barn up. So as long as everybody stays holding on, then there's not a problem. But when it comes to the US dollar, already people are getting away from it. They understand that we're being cheated. The big money has already stepped away. Little money slowly stepping away. And don't get me wrong, there's still some big players out there that are holding the bag. But soon the barn's going to fall. Excuse me. Soon the barn is going to fall. And when it does fall, a lot of people are going to be hurt. When the dollar falls, a lot of people are going to be hurt. Forced to sell stuff that they had. Maybe that second vehicle, maybe that truck, maybe that boat, maybe even their house. And jump over to, hey, we'll sell the house, we'll rent, we'll survive for the next, 6 to 12 months. And then eventually the banks will repo these houses and they'll own everything. Literally. But if you're stacking precious metals, you've been following some of the rules that we talk about on this channel, you will probably be good. Now, this is not financial advice. It shouldn't be considered as such, just my opinion. But it's happening now. The reset is essentially at play. Something big is going to happen soon. They're trying to acquire as much gold and as much silver as they can now while they can. And that's why we're seeing gold climbing higher and higher. Look at this, $52 climb. That's crazy when you think about it. In one day, we're already up $52. We had a phenomenal day yesterday, and it just continues to climb. Someone told me, he's like, what do you mean 42? What do you mean 43? Gold's not 43. Gold was 41. I looked at it a couple days ago. You need to keep up with the prices. I said, I said, you take a look at what it is now. 5 days ago, gold was as low as $4,058 just 5 days ago. It's up $320 since then. We're seeing it escalate. 1% of $2,000 gold is a lot less than 1% of $4,000 gold or $4,300 gold. That's why we're seeing gold go up by literally $100 every couple days, and in some days $100. This is not coming to an end anytime soon. People want to tell you it's overbought. The news articles have already been coming out. Gold is overbought. Silver is overbought. People don't understand the fundamentals. This is the same thing they said about Wall Street, about GameStop, when the Reddit group was buying up GameStop shares. Oh, they're just dumb people. They don't know. It's dumb money. They don't understand the fundamentals. We understand the fundamentals. Gold and silver is money. They don't understand the fundamentals. That eventually sound money will come home to roost. And that's exactly what's happening. People want sound money. And they're willing to pay more and more money to get it. And when that happens, that's it. How high can it go? Well, I don't know. How many dollars are out there? When everybody decides that they want gold and silver, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to see climbs like we can't imagine. It's coming. But people don't want to see it. I mean, look at this drop over the last 5 days. Look right here. We had gold get all the way up to $4,374. We all of a sudden see a beat down where it came all the way down to $42.76. That's $100 drop. And look at the rebound. Popped right back up like it was nothing. Every time they try to beat it down and it gets overpowered, they understand we just wasted all that money to beat the price down so somebody else could snap it all up, some other big player. And it may not be one big player. It could be a bunch of little players like the GameStop people. And that's exactly what they thought when GameStop was happening. They thought, hey, we're a big hedge funds. They don't have more money than we do. We got more money than them. But what they didn't count on was the people uniting and buying GameStop shares to basically push the price so high, they literally bankrupted some of these hedge funds. Bankrupted them. They spent all their money and lost everything. There's a lot of short positions out there right now against silver that's pushing the price of silver down. And the physical price keeps going up. There's going to be some hurting banks when this collapses. And we are getting closer and closer to that happening. You have an opportunity now. You have an opportunity this weekend to pick some up. And here's the thing. I don't care. I really don't. If you buy some, you buy some. If you don't, you don't. It's for you that you're doing this. You're not doing this for me. I'm not telling you, hey, go buy it at this company so I can get a commission. I'm not telling you, hey, go buy a mining stock so I can make a commission. I don't care where you buy it. Buy it off some guy off the street as long as you know it's real. Buy it on eBay as long as you know it's real. Maybe you have an eBay guarantee. I don't know. I personally don't like to buy stuff that I can't see and hold right then and there when I give them the money. Mistakes happen. I bought some silver quarters the other day. There was one bad quarter in there. I was short a couple, and there was one bad one, but the guy made it right. He made it up on everything. He trusted me. He knew. And, it's funny because I was talking to one subscriber and / member. And he's like, dude, for how much you stack and how much you help people, he ain't going to cheat you. He ain't going to not refund you that couple whatever it came out to. He'll make it right. And I was like kind of nervous because when you're in my shoes, every silver dime matters. Every silver quarter matters. Where the price is going, it matters. This stuff is only going to go higher in price with some dips along the way, but that's okay. You know what I don't see anymore? I don't see the naysayers coming over here. You'll never see $50. You better sell now. This and that and this and that. I don't see them anymore. I thought about just now that we can say that we were right and we're seeing our numbers go up, we're seeing our investment pay off. I thought about doing a video and just tagging a bunch of these comments and replying to them on the channel. So y'all can see all the negative comments that have came in over the last year of you'll never see $50 silver. You're dreaming if you think that. Well, call me dreaming, but we're seeing it now. They're pretty good dreams. I mean, the only sad thing about it is when I go to buy something, it costs even more money to buy it. So take a look. Let's see how long we've been talking. 37 minutes. Let's kind of run through some of these numbers real quick. We already talked about this. I really think we're going to see silver move into the fit spot for sure next week if we don't see it happen today. Taking a quick look at the debt, we're at $37.6 trillion now. This is only getting worse. And the government shut down right now. We can't even manage our budget here in this country. What do you think is going to happen to gold and silver? Taking a quick look at the DXY, we talked a little bit about this earlier, sitting at 98.17. Yeah, it looks great, but it's a stacked game. It's rigged. It's rigged because it's going against other fiat currencies. It's not going against a real currency like gold or silver. And in the meantime, we're seeing refineries trying to race to help make the deadlines for some of these 5,000-ounce bars. They're actually chartering planes to send huge amounts of silver, 999 silver, over to London to keep them from missing that deadline. If they miss delivery, failure to deliver, something bad is going to happen. Now, I was listening to something earlier, and they said, well, they don't want to take London out. They don't want to destroy the game. Yeah, it's nice to beat it down a little bit and make them pay out some money to maybe make them, raise the price a little, be a little more fairer. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see them totally collapse. I like getting my silver cheaper. And here's the thing. We're seeing the price go higher and higher, faster and faster. I mean, I already think 50 is expensive. I said I wouldn't buy anything over 50, and I bought a couple over 50, but they were really nice things, so we'll see what happens. And we talked about the gold silver ratio continuing to fall. But even when we were up at crazy numbers, 125 to 1, 100 to 1, 100 to 1, really, you only see it in 3 spots. We see it here in 1940. We see it again here in roughly 1991. And then we see it again in 2020. And again, not too long ago in 2025. So this year. The beginning of this year, though. And now we're coming back down again. We have a lot more ways to come down. 70, 60. Even if it goes to 60 to 1. That still means you're getting 25% more gold if you buy silver now. If we see it go to 40 to 1, you're essentially doubling your gold. If you're trading in gold for silver at 80 to 1 and we go to 40 to 1, when you trade those 80 ounces back, you're essentially going to get 2 ounces of gold. There might be a little bit of a trade fee, maybe. But, if we were at 80 to 1, at 20 to 1, I would say, okay, it could go either way. It could keep coming down, but it could go up. But you know what I would do? I would double my gold. So a lot of people are going to miss the boat. That's it. That's all it comes down to. And with that being said, going to wrap the video up here. I really like junk silver right now. I'm picking up what I can when I can, especially if I can get a deal on it. We'll see what happens. I'm seeing a lot of junk silver going at spot prices right now. So there is opportunity. With that being said, be sure to check out some of these other great videos. Make sure you're subscribed, guys. Please, if you watched this video, especially if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Share the video with your friends. If you know how to share the video on Facebook, share the video on Facebook or whatever you use. Instagram, I don't know how, whatever. Just share the video. Send it to a friend. Let them know. Maybe you've told somebody and they just keep laughing at you. They're not laughing now. Maybe they're saying something different like, yeah, I guess, hey, you got it right. Or, even a blind squirrel gets lucky once in a while. Who knows? Share the video. Tell people. And I'm telling you that also because it might gain subscribers for me. So hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. With that being said, we're going to wrap up here. I hope you all have a great weekend. There is a possibility I will do a video tomorrow. I don't always do them on Saturday. But because I was supposed to read the comments, the Thursday comments, I may end up doing a video on Saturday just because I missed it, and I don't know. We'll see how it does if I load it. Hopefully it will do well if I put a video up on Saturday. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Definitely keep your eyes open for short videos. I am putting short videos up this weekend, trying to grow. This right here, this one right here, was the trade deal that I just helped someone do. I tested out some things to make sure the silver was good, made sure the gold was good, and just kind of gave my opinion and listened in. And when it was all done, said and done, I even got to keep a couple ounces of silver for free for helping out, which was really cool. I was super happy with that. I would say it was a couple ounces, maybe a little less, but who knows. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Check out some of these other great videos, and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.